I really like these flexible stem flashing signals. You can get them on eBay for under 20 bucks. The stems are bendable, and each individual signal can flash on its own without a flasher unit. I'm using them on a couple different bikes, but I'm already having to make a repair, a replacement. So I'm going to show you in this video some tips and tricks to make them even better before you put them on. I'm using this brand of generic brand turn signals that I really like a lot, but they have a few inherent problems that come with them brand new. And this video here, this part of the video is going to show you how to make the most out of them, because once again I believe that they are a great turn signal. They're extremely flexible. You can bend the shaft here at a 90-degree angle, so when you fall down, no harm comes. And they'll flash without a flasher unit. Take a look at this. But you don't even have to have a flasher. So that's great. You can just put these on your bike. They'll even work in conjunction with incandescent bulbs. In other words, if you had these on the front and regular bulbs on the rear, it would work out. But these are very handy. Now, what I'm here to repair today is, number one, this one on here is coming apart. The rubber's giving way. And when I put them on, I wanted them tight enough so they didn't move and rotate, so I caused some squish in the rubber. But look how it's separating. It can't handle that. So I have a plan to address that. They come with a sheathing to protect the wire, and that sheathing really does nothing. It's flimsy, it doesn't give you much protection. And then the other problem is internally, where those wires solder on to the actual diode board inside of these. It's merely soldered on there. And I've had 2 of them now lose their connection for whatever reason, I don't know. Not sure if you can see that in the video. You've got the wire shoved up inside and soldered, a crappy piece of sheathing, and it doesn't give you any kind of strain relief. So what you do, fill the area so that these wires are fully strengthened. This has been filled with a hardening clear gel that now gives that a complete solid rigidity. And then secondly, when I put these on the bike this time, instead of tightening up against the fender until it squishes the rubber out, I'm going to put a nut on the outside where you're going to be able to see that, and then use an extra nut on the underside of the fender to tighten this against. So now I'm held on the fender and I'm not squeezing the rubber, letting it keep its natural form and avoiding all that busting up and breaking up. So that's what we'll be doing today. So what's a drag about that is I've got to make a whole new wiring harness in order to extend these into my system. So first, let's get these old ones off of here. This bike is put together really nice. Now on the right side, I had created a little hole here for the wires to come through. Okay, so if you take a close look at this, I had already taken the original flimsy junk and tried to support this as best as possible with my special goop, which by the way is a product called Seal All, which I don't have at my fingertips here to show you. But I made a repair and it was doing okay. However, I've got to have this stuff looking straight on Nicky. Nicky's a straight up bike. And I have a plan to make this better than before. But I have to match these wires. As you see, I've got two different lengths and I've got color codes to meet. So I know what I'm dealing with. As far as that goes, we need some black, we need some green with red, and some green with white, and some black with green. Because that's green with black. No, that's green with red. That's what I'm looking for. Now I need green with white. I've got black with green. I could use this black with white, and that one's just a plain black. Hang on while I look for wire. Okay, I found all the colors I need in my wire supply to match the original wiring that's still on the bike. So that way I'm gonna match these up to the turn signals that were on there. Now what I need to do is take my modified turn signals that now have a strain relief and extend those because they're not long enough. And what I do is take a look at the underside and make sure that I've got it good all the way around. These look like good solder joints, but they're a little large with big blobs. And if I have that, then I grind off the excess. Okay, so we're going to have to put some heat shrink on those individual wires. Next thing I'd like to do is cut these wires to match the length of what I had on there so that things will go right back on. Then we need the appropriate shrink wrap. So we want 3/16. Green it is.
Okay, finally.
I like to have the wires laying side by side as opposed to wound around each other. I'm not sure I have these exactly how I wanted them, one longer than the other, but hopefully this will make it. Maybe I should mount these on the bike and get them routed down the line to see where they meet the female connector before I do my final crimp and cut. Okay, so we're gonna mount the signals on the bike, and the mounting procedure is I'm gonna have a nut on the outside where it's visible, penetrate the fender, and put another nut on the inside. Tighten that up against it so I don't put that extreme pressure on here. That one's working, and that one's working. Okay, I'm going to mount the turn signals on the bike. What we have going here is a long one and a short one. Short one's right here on the left side. This way, with the double nut, I can tighten them up really good on the fender and not squish all that rubber out of there. And it leaves less stem poking up in here for branches and stuff. Now we're going to run some wires. I've got a hole here for the wire to come through, go over the top, meet the other wire and continue on here. So let's get that done. So what you've got is the wire for the left side joining the two that have been relieved of strain, and then I'm going to put some wire ties to group those together. There'll be one here to add that to the bundle, and then one here to secure it to the frame, and then we'll come through this, and I think I need a new one of those. I'm going to look for one of those, and we'll go ahead and hook up here, be done with it. There's your male connectors. Let's slip these insulators into place, hook them together, and do a test. Okay, there's all the wires back in place now. Nicky's wire. Let's do a test. Gotta give this some power. We've got our parking light available. Left turn. That's good. And right turn. Right turn is good. Now hopefully that's not going to go bad on me. And like I say, I've got this double nutted. Got a nut underneath. That way I can tighten the stem up and not put strain on this rubber bushing here, because that over time will fail. I'm trying to remember if I even have a flasher unit on this system. Like I say, these will flash on their own. May as well double check everything else while I got things going here. Everything's working. Low beam, high beam, power.